Okay.
Sorry, my lighting is terrible.
You're fine. Don't mind the messy office or the messy hair.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
just packing for the beach, so
And Gina's still living her best life over there at ESY land.
What? Go home.
Well, I figured there's no sense. I'll be sitting here listening and not distracted. So
Okay.
Okay, so we have Ralph, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to?
That's a fun name.
Yeah.
Nick. That's
Yes,
not the real
Ralph.
name.
It's almost in my brain.
Yeah, you want to share that with Gina, Lee, that drive?
Yeah.
good, because I was like, "Who is Ralph?"
Oh, sorry.
I don't know that you were at Mountain View with Ralph this year. Did you do any at Mountain View?
No. Do I know Ralph though? From previous or no?
I don't know.
Are we allowed to? Is anybody else
Can
in
we
here?
use his real name?
It's being recorded
Okay.
for other people in our district, so probably not, just to be safe. Like, I know Katie Garrett couldn't join, but she's gonna hop on. She's very interested in being a part of it, but she couldn't make it. And Jocelyn had an appointment for one of her littles, so I think it's just us for right now. I don't know where Tracy, did she have to hop off?
Well, no, she was taking the break. So.
Oh, I know, we're early, but it's being recorded, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So because I was pulled for a good bit, I was telling Jen, when the forms were being reviewed. So thank you guys for putting together the shared document. So we're going to go through mostly Form 9, right?
No, she said 1 through 3.
1 through 3, sorry.
And then, let me see, I jotted it down.
1 through 3, 7 and 8, and then 9.
Yes, that is correct.
3.
Only what is needed in 8, though, because 8
Gotcha.
is the biggie. So I was trying to pull these up, these forms, and Gina and I figured out that if you download them, they're fillable. But if you just try to, yeah, if you just try to type in what they sent, it didn't work, right, Gina? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they're not the type of fillable that you just fill it. You have to like backspace and get rid of things, and it'll change the formatting, you know.
I think we need to recommend that they work on that. Okay.
Well, are you on a Chromebook?
No.
That's what I asked her. And no, whenever I typed in something like on a line, like I had to go back and then you'd have to go back and underline it to make it uniform, if that makes sense. Like the line just kept going.
It's not really fillable. It's editable.
Not true fillable. Yes,
Yeah.
editable. Good. Good usage there.
Oh, you guys, I have really good news. And I know this is being recorded, but I just finally got the best email I've ever received from the State Department since I started this job.
Yay.
I just got $40,000, $40,762 dedicated to graduating kids with disabilities.
That's
Wow.
great. Huh.
That's awesome.
I thought it was going to your bank account. That would have been better.
Oh, this is for kids, Gina. Yay! That is double what they had last year.
Oh, nice. Is it a grant or something special?
It's a grant.
Okay, nice.
That means I get to do all things co-teach, credit recovery, tutoring, pep plan meetings, all the things. Yes.
Good.
Yes. I requested $48,526. So the fact that I got 40 of that is huge.
Yeah.
I got a score of 84% out of 100 points on it.
Nice. For all the high schools or just the ones who didn't?
I'm bringing it down to middle school next year too. We've got to start earlier.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I had to share some good news.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get much of that these days. Hi, Tracy.
Muted. Hello.
All right, so I think we have everybody, right? So if we want to go ahead and get started, does that work for everyone? And does somebody have it up and they're gonna take the notes? The two techie people here that wanted to download and make them fillable.
I can pull it up here, although I don't know how to
Share.
share. Yeah. Leave.
Well, I think you could probably share your screen of what you're doing on the form. We just won't see you. We'll see the no.
I don't.
Lee's shaking her head no.
Hold on.
I'm looking. Hold on. If I do share
Share. Yeah.
screen window or tab.
Yeah.
Green.
Could probably put it into your OneDrive and we can see it that way, but I don't know if it's necessary.
I'm not good with this part of it.
Let me try.
Lee's kind of the queen bee with some of that, but I know you're.
No, I'm fine. I have to be here for this part. Let me see. I've been here for the whole part, just multitasking.
Yes. Yes.
I am on. Okay, share. Oh no, it's updating something. Share.
Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Oh,
you.
I can see
My-
it.
Can you see it? But I don't know. Can I type on this one? Oh yeah, I can.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you want me to do it or you want me to tell you how to do it?
Are you typing?
I'm not typing now. I can.
Okay. Well, if you want to do it, because it says it needs to install a driver for me to be able to share. So
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that's gonna take a bit. So let's just thank you, friend, and
Roll with it.
yep.
Need another O there in Mon County.
Oh yeah.
Our
don't know
student's
who
name
we're
is
doing.
Ralph. We're doing Ralph.
Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
PH.
Yeah.
Grade.
Pre-K.
Okay.
Pre-K.
Mm-hmm.
Turn you guys up. I don't know why you sound so low. And I can't see you. That doesn't help. Case manager.
Whoever.
Do we just making up somebody? I don't know who actually is.
Just say AT
I
team.
think just yeah.
AT what?
AT team. Yeah, see how it's typing like that? It needs to.
Well, this
Yeah.
is a Google
Mm-hmm.
Doc. So
And is it gonna like make all this disappear or is it gonna let me save it? You know what I mean? You know, sometimes it will let you type and then it like goes away.
it should be fine to save it, because I think this is on your computer now, because I can't find it in the drive. So to even like type and help you.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I should be able to save it as a Google Docs, looks like.
yes. Mm-hmm. Because you weren't on here. I made a drive that I shared you to. There's a shared Google Drive called AT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I did not go to that.
Like we have the shared drive for the speech team. There's a shared drive now for AT team.
Okay. Do I need to pull that up or can you guys tell me?
No, I think as long as you save this there, then.
Okay, I can do that. All right, continue. Who's Ralph's parents?
Do we want all that information? I have it if we want it, but I didn't know if we were redacting.
Yeah, I don't know that we can put all that right at this moment.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we need that.
English, to my knowledge, is the only language, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Do we want all this information here?
Sure.
EY, Stacy, why?
Yeah.
Yes.
EY. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And like the cat.
That's right, girl. That's right, girl. Or maybe it's Stallone. I'm
Mhm.
feeling a little Rambo today.
Okay.
Okay. Spell your last name for me, Stacy.
Sylvester.
Is it 2 M's? I know. I never know this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always just guessed and hoped you didn't notice or looked it up on my email first.
Okay, so when Lee she went through and basically did the bulk of this form, number
Okay.
1, and then I went back through and added a little bit and kind of made it a little bit because the copy and paste didn't go correctly, but that is in the shared drive.
Okay.
Tracy, and it's broken down according to the thing, so you should just be able to copy and paste into there. I did have a question though. They have mobility as one option, and then they have hand use. I'm assuming that's fine motor, or what exactly are they meaning? Like, direct select, what are they meaning for hand use?
Karen?
Well, I was just a little confused as to like what exactly they meant by that.
I would guess.
That's what I would assume too.
Yeah, hand use to me is just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of vague, I guess I should
I'm gonna
say.
stop sharing so I can go copy and paste that stuff. Unless it's easier if somebody's already got it copied and pasted to share. Does somebody already have that done?
No, I haven't put it. I mean,
Into that document.
Yeah, there's
And there's just no reason for you guys to watch me do that.
Yeah. We can talk through the next.
Is that yours, Lee?
Yeah, she's very salty. She knows that something is happening and that I'm leaving. So,
Jen, it says in the description, mobility and positioning are together, and then hand use and fine motor are together in another section.
Okay, so thank you. So hand use and fine motor are together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we may need to piece that out. Hi, Libby.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Do you all need anything?
I don't think we just answered our question, unless, who was that? Was it Gina that said that, or you, Libby?
It was Gina.
Gina, okay.
Okay, well, I'll just be checking back in and out. Or you can go into the main meeting and text me too, so. Playing on, my friends.
Thank you.
My question of like all of this, and I don't know if we'll get into it at some point, lies more in the like compliance of it all. Like, is this all expected to be done in a 60-day timeline? Are they recommending this be done through a reeval plan? When we want an audiogram, who is responsible for paying for that? Like, how do you do this with a birth to 3 transition kit? Like, I have like all these bigger picture questions that are like keeping
Do you
me
have
from.
those all written down for us to maybe, if there's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
Q&A on Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because it's just like, and the rest of the team doesn't know, but like Lee and I had a conversation when I saw her at ESY. Like there's a whole bill on dyslexia and how dyslexia ties into AT, and that's blowing up in this whole world. But like Leanne said, like it's not in here for July, but we'll talk about it in August, which is different, for you all as speech paths, but you are tied into it. But in House Bill 3035 that was passed in legislation session, it talks about assistive technology and dyslexic students. So I think we have to branch out, but it's a totally different world than this AT, in my opinion. Like so I have questions too, but
Yeah.
different than this. So
I think
And
we
it
need.
seemed ancillary.
no.
You know what I mean? It seemed like an add-on if you needed it type of thing. The reading and math piece.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of questions too. And adding to what you have, Lee, we have a process that we do with our file review if we have an evaluation in process, already, but we need guidelines for, okay, steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 for file review, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 if we have to go to request full-blown AT, because those are two separate situations that we could come across.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we have now.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
This IEP, is this Ralph? Does he go by a different name?
Well, we have to change confidentiality.
Lots of different confusion here. Like motor, do you want this upper extremity range of motion function?
So, yeah.
Is that what you're thinking for like motor?
And then for manipulation, we would move that down. And manipulation skills, scissor skills, we would put under hand.
Yeah, it looks like the manipulation would be under the hand. Talks about the pincer grasp and finger foods.
Mm-hmm.
The pre-writing and writing.
Mm-hmm.
You can drag and drop with index finger.
Mm-hmm. Sitting postures within functional limits for educational purposes with adaptive seating, but it doesn't say what. I think he has a Riften chair, possibly.
Is this the student that was at Mountain View and transitioned to Suncrest in the high needs preschool room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know who we're talking about then.
Yes,
Okay.
the student has taken up a lot of.
Yes.
There's been a lot of questions around this kiddo.
Yes. Initials W?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, it took me a minute, but when you all were mentioning all those things, I'm like, yes, I know this.
Mm-hmm. He has feeding issues.
Yes, and our mobility is crawling around on the room. Like we're not, are we ambulatory like this now?
I have not laid eyes on the student,
Right.
and I'm not 100% sure. This last IEP was
okay, go ahead.
It was completed in May, so it should be fairly recent.
Yeah, all the information I pulled for this was from his most recent IEP.
Says in here he's still crawling and rolling in both directions.
Yeah, and that's basically how he navigates his environment.
Okay, I'm gonna add this stuff and then you guys can tell me what I'm missing here. Just kind of pulling.
Tracy, at any point, if you want to drop it into this shared drive already, I can help type into it too.
Okay.
Or even if we all took a section.
Yeah. Well, let's see if I can. Let's see if I can figure that one out. I mean, I don't know how I figured the other one out. I'm not the best at this, but we'll work it.
I think if you go up to File,
It'll
do you have
let me save as a Google Doc. I'm just not sure where it went in what Google Doc world.
It would be in your drive, in your drive that you're logged in.
Maybe your recent there at the top.
So I'm going to change his name under hand use to say Ralph.
Yeah, I didn't change it.
It's okay. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Can you guys see stuff now?
Yeah.
Google?
Oh, yeah.
Did it drop into your? Okay.
I'm typing on your one that says draft forms 1 through 7. Lee's in there. I can see.
Okay.
Yes, I have it as well.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Although, wait a minute. I'm seeing different names here.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Are you seeing Harold?
Harold, yes.
That's his last name.
That's what I was saying too. There's all sorts of different names through there.
Not spelled
really.
I'm just anywhere I see a name like I'm changing it to say Ralph.
Okay. I will change the others as well. I'm assuming it's live, right?
It should be. I see Gina in there.
Hey, Fern. Okay. And then
go feed that cat.
She doesn't eat for another few hours, so.
Well, but it's summertime. Everybody eats.
So. I feel like everybody's in all the documents that I'm in, and I'm real confused.
I'm only in one right now typing.
You're in 2.
I'm in 2 of them right now. Let me exit out. I'm getting out of that one.
To be in the one to copy to the other, or no?
I was trying to get out of just being the one. Is what I was attempting to do.
I'm only in the one that somebody has labeled AT guidance document draft forms 1 through 7 in today's date. That's the only one I exited out of everything else.
Yes, but the information is in the other one to pull over.
I know, to copy. So I got out of it.
It's okay to be in it.
So we should be in the Google one, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because the others that I see are in Word form.
Okay. I'm going to put at the front, copy from here. So I changed the title of that one, and I'm going to put in front of the other one. What do you want me to write? Current working document?
Yeah.
Okay, working doc. Okay. So if you do your little refresh on your thing, then you should see copy from here, student case information for AT Bootcamp, and then the other one, working doc, AT guidance document. Hopefully.
Yes. So which one do we need to be in to change?
I'm going to close it.
The working doc?
Do we not need to be actively
involved
to copy over information from one into another? Isn't that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Working doc. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I believe, yes. But it looks like there's a good bit of info in here already. So communication needs.
Which one are we typing in? The
working doc.
The working doc?
Mm-hmm.
So I need out of the one that says draft.
No, it does say draft still, but
Okay, but
It's refresh your screen and it has copy and then it has working,
okay.
but it's not showing the name even Ralph on here.
No.
That's why I'm a little confused.
No, that stuff did disappear when I saved it. It looks like.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and type it back in.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like that happens a lot when you save into Google on those documents.
Oh, now I can see people in there actually typing. I couldn't see that before.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's 3:18. We're still on Form 1.
We're very thorough.
I honestly don't think we have a whole lot of other, like, this is the only information we have.
It is.
So
then once we type in that information, when it says consideration outcomes, I feel like, are you able to say based with what we have here that like we would feel like it's required and you don't need to do anything further? Is that what that means? And you just move forward with saying assistive technology is required. Unless if we would say based on the considerations that are filled up above, we then need to come and decide as a team what else is needed.
Yeah, I'm confused on the process that they're asking us to go through.
So where is the like draft guidance document? I had it up.
Lee, did you change the name of the one that you did earlier that you started?
it starts with copy from.
Copy. Okay, sorry.
Should we just ask for help so that we get what's happening, or?
Lee, where did you say you thought we would probably stop? Form 1?
I mean, we don't really have any other true information on this child. Like, we don't have an active observation. We don't have an assistive tech trial or an assistive tech eval, to my knowledge. I don't know.
Well, they were supposed to have started the trial, but I don't have any data on that. We could fill out Form 2. He was recently diagnosed with autism as well.
Okay.
We could fill out the classroom setting information, digestive. We could probably fill out 2.
Probably parts of 3 from his modifications.
Yeah. 4, yeah, the observation, I don't have that input.
Yeah, she
Although
said
I
1,
believe
2, 3, 7, 8.
I believe Katie and Alex are over there, if I'm not mistaken. Are they at Suncrest?
Yes.
Okay. So they would have more information on him.
Yeah. I think we do what we can on 1, 2, and 3, and then 7 and 8 talks about mobility, like that yes, no checklist they were talking about.
What is his vision, CVI? Is that what?
Yeah.
Well, it was mentioned, but he does not have a formal diagnosis of CVI.
Okay.
Let me see what it says.
Chromosome.
He scored kind of high for on that chart. Here, I can add his.
What would I mean, he has a chromosomal deletion. Do we?
I put that under the medical on your form there, which I think probably we should have.
But like looking
foundation area.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just trying to look at the like disability to check. Are we thinking just the disabilities that would be listed on our?
Are you saying eligibility paperwork?
I'm looking at Form 2. I'm trying to move this along.
Sorry.
Yeah, I
Going
thought
back,
the
I was
same
pulling up
thing.
his IEP.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has developmental delay.
But we
But he
haven't
also, go ahead.
we haven't diagnosed him with autism though, because he's little.
We have not, but he has one from the NDC. So yeah, do we use what he's come in with, or do we use what Mon County Schools is going with on the IEP?
Right. Like there's other conditions. I feel like there's nowhere to put them.
So I think that's an important component that they may like, right? Part of this is to give them feedback on forms and such. I think that's a component that could be beneficial.
Yeah, I can take notes on that, just that we need to know what to go by diagnosis wise.
And blindness and low vision is,
Not.
it says he's eligible.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got speech language impairment, he's got blindness, low vision, he's got autism, he's got developmental delay.
Surely they're all considered.
But yeah, when we're
Intellectual
looking at this
disability.
disability, is it connected to the eligibility paperwork or is it connected to just a whole file review?
Good question.
So I think maybe they'll go back and check our recordings, and that's something that we can definitely get clarification on, because I think it's pertinent to a child's needs, right?
Mhm.
Even though it might not be the box that we check on the eligibility committee report.
Well, and I would think we would check other health impaired with the dysphagia too.
There is a section here as other issues of concern on that second page of Form 2, Lee, that does have digestive problems, allergies, but yeah, they should have feeding issues on here somewhere, specifically, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did he have a history of seizures though? I thought I read.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I can go pull his whole file for us if we think it's, I mean, I don't think it's necessary to what we're necessarily doing right now in this moment, but
Should we take it with us next week though?
yeah, I'll have a copy of it made.
I don't see anywhere in this document.
No, I could be confusing him. You know how many kids I have in my brain?
Just a few?
1,000.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
Maybe not, but he has AFOs, so orthotics and braces I'm gonna mark of other issues or concerns.
He does have digestive problems because there was a question on whether dairy.
I marked
Yeah.
it.
And it was something else that he has, gastroparesis or something, I think.
Yeah, there was something else listed.
But then we get into this like activities which assistive devices are currently used. I have no clue.
Well, and some of this doesn't apply because he's in preschool, right? So like,
I wrote it down.
I mean, I would think that they would be using like some kind of pictures with him or something. I know switches were attempted and it wasn't very successful.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what else was. And then for tools that are being used and like going on to 3, mom purchased the iPad and the app and just sent it into school and said, I want this used.
I think mom's a little bit low herself, but still.
Yeah, that he didn't complete the trial period. So there was, to
No.
Tracy and Gina, there was a trial period with BTT with Aaron James that he was going to do a trial with TD Snap. Mom did not bring him to the amount of trials that were needed in order to determine whether this was going to be successful or not. And so we weren't sure, trying to figure out throughout the year what was going on. You know, mom just says, oh, I just bought it and here it is. So I said, well, if she's going to send it in, then let's bring your own device form and do a trial period and see. And I don't have any data on the trial period. There wasn't anything listed in progress notes or anything. But I don't think he was using much because he was, according to the therapist, he was kind of at the cause and effect level.
Did
So
all of the stuff on that Google Doc just disappear for you all?
I still have it.
Yeah, I see it.
Well, I'm going to go out and come back in. Sorry, not to derail. I was listening what you said, but.
No, you're fine.
What is an FO3 picture choice? What does that mean?
Field of 3.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It would be nice if they could have the forms that you put that identifying information in and it populates on all the tops of the forms instead of like having to fill out the tops of some of them. Like a header.
Yeah. And I'm here as well in case you all need anything.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
We're trying.
Okay.
We were curious in the section on Form 2 where it's talking about disability.
Uh-huh.
Is that related to the eligibility paperwork of what is checked on those forms, or is this just in general all the things that we have documented that this child has been labeled with by some professional at some time?
Yeah, it was really more just so you had all the information about the student. So not necessarily related to what you would have in your IEP, but just everything you know about the student as you're trying to put together this, the whatever assistive technology is needed.
Okay.
And Karen, one thing that wasn't specifically on here, that our little guy that we chose to do, he has some feeding issues as well.
Okay.
So I don't know if we would need to add that under other issues of concern or.
Sure. I think that would be important to note. And maybe it's something we ought to include as a category on that form.
Okay, we'll put that in one of our lists of things.
Okay, great.
Is there any thought of having forms that are slightly different for pre-K, like looking at the academic activities versus the social emotional activities?
And we hadn't talked about that, Lee, but I would certainly welcome your input if you think that would be helpful.
Yeah, just thinking of the number of involved students we are having coming from the birth to 3 transition process, of what I mean, that's a bigger conversation of like the whole dynamic assessment and like how do we appropriately not over qualify students, but provide them a continuation, of services or to meet their needs, and how this component fits into that too.
Okay, yes, please include that.
Okay.
And Anne, I know you typed, and when we were talking about feeding, Anne said it was somewhere, and it appeared and it went away, and I'm trying to find
Mobility. She said it was in mobility, I think.
Mobility, okay, which maybe isn't clear to folks. Maybe that needs to go somewhere else.
On like page form or 8, form 8, is that what you're saying? It's under mobility there?
Yes, that's, I assume what, Anne, you're muted. I don't know if you can unmute and you can talk. Still muted, yeah. I can see where it go under, Anne says her mic isn't working. I can see where it would go under mobility if it were an issue with the child's hand use and so on, but maybe if it is related to something else, it doesn't make as much sense there, and maybe we need to have it somewhere else. But give us your feedback, and we'll absolutely revisit that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. I'll pop out and leave you alone, but if you need anything, I'll come back in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can
So
I?
would we,
Go ahead.
all right.
What were you going to say, Gina?
Would we put the current AAC device in if it's not issued by us and just put a little note on it on form 3?
I would assume so. That's part of the whole child we're working through.
I would agree that we need to list it, but we also need to say that it was provided by parent maybe, or we would need to be specific in some sense. And I think I did list, let me see how I worded it on the other form.
Yeah, you said recently purchased by Walter's parents and brought them home. I mean, Ralph.
What did I say? Oh, history and AT use of effectiveness. Is that what you were reading from, Gina?
I'm looking at the IEP. I was just trying to figure out.
Oh, yeah. I kind of summarized that and said birth to 3 attempted a trial period with TD Snap app. However, parent did not attend the sessions and trial was not able to be completed. Parent purchased app and installed on personal iPad Pro. Bring your own device form was completed and trial period was in process with SLP. No data on trial at this time. I can transfer.
Where are you
that.
reading from, Jen?
I typed that into the document that Lee made up under copy from here.
Okay.
It's on the last page of that history of AT use and effectiveness.
Gotcha.
I can put that into the working document. Sorry, my dog is barking to be let in.
Is vision corrected by glasses? We don't know, right? Do we know if his vision is corrected by, does require glasses for correction? It's very important for him to wear them. So I guess we just assume that fixes it. Any vision loss is corrected by glasses or contacts. Yes.
Where'd you
I
see
went
that?
down to Form 4. I hope you don't care.
We are not supposed to do 4.
Oh, well, crap.
4, 6, we're not doing. I'm working.
Okay, 1 through 3. That's right. You're down on 7. Okay. I
But
mean, I know the answers for part of 4.
if the answer to any of these is no, I don't know how I feel about that. I would want the vision person to answer that. I don't know the answer.
Well, I think we're okay then. A working document.
Which one are you on, Lee?
I was working through Form 7. His hearing, we have no concerns with hearing. So all of those.
IEP says farsightedness.
Right, but the question is, any vision loss is corrected by glasses or contacts, yes or no? And I don't know how I feel about answering that question. That's why this should be a team. It is.
Yeah.
I know it's a team. I know people are not able to be, but like, I mean, like truly done, the form should be done as a team.
Right.
IEP says does require glasses for correction, so.
Yeah, so I guess I just.
That is.
And mobility, is he able to independently move about the school, about the room?
Well, I mean, he can independently maneuver, but it's not like a typical peer.
Correct.
I mean, he has to have. He has a level of assistance plan. So I need to I'm making a note that I need to have a copy of his file for when we go on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do you guys each want to do you think one copy is enough, or would you like me to have multiples?
Maybe a couple.
If you could scan email it so everybody could see it if they wanted.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can scan it.
Lee, I'm not comfortable with the hearing portion of that because we don't know if a hearing loss is in play or not because we don't have any formal hearing on him.
And I don't have a hearing person willing to be on the team.
Oh.
Okay.
So maybe even a section here that is like more information needed, or you know what I mean?
Isn't that part of what is that part? Isn't that something? Is that Form 8 or 9?
The hearing portion?
No, we don't know.
Right.
We need more info.
Oh, if the
Yeah,
answer to any of
one
these
those
is
that she was
no.
talking about.
Hold on, I gotta plug in. We're gonna run out of juice.
I'm back if you need anything.
Karen, question. Hearing, like we don't have any formal hearing on this particular student. He responds to when his name's called occasionally, but we don't have a formal hearing test, and we don't, some of these, like, is a hearing loss been identified? No. Is he unable to hear the teacher or students? Well, we don't know for sure.
Right.
So is there a place to put, like, we need more information, or?
On Form 9, there you put what else do you need? And I'd want an audiological on him. I'd want him to see an audiologist. Yeah.
And that's on Form 9. Okay.
9. Yes. That's additional information needed. And I would agree.
And when we talk about mobility on Form 7 in that first section, the student is able to independently move to all work areas in the classroom. Does that mean like in a typical fashion? I mean, this student.
Well, or independently. No, it wouldn't have to be typical. Just can they get to all areas of the classroom on their own.
Without any supports or?
Yeah.
So if they have like SMOs or something, we would want to say no, because they would need those to help them.
So I would think that you would want to note that, but I don't know that that's an issue. I mean, is there, in other words, the team might want to talk a little bit about mobility, and are there any issues? So it might, you might want to then go and complete the motor section in the in Form 8, just to make sure that there aren't any other access issues. But your team may decide that no, there aren't any, everything's covered.
Okay.
It's just trying to encourage the team to think about that as another area.
Okay.
And Karen, one more question. When we get into these questions and these forms, is this after we've requested an AT evaluation, or at what point do we jump into this? I guess
That would be if let's ask Leanne that. I hate to answer process questions about the school system and then tell you something wrong. Mark that down, Jen, and when we're all she'll be with us the whole time we're in Romney next week.
okay.
And let's ask her that specifically, because I don't want to tell you something wrong.
Okay.
Right. Like, do we have to have permission to start these forms and have a conversation? There's a lot of, we'll probably have a list of procedural things. We'll be that team.
Yeah, and that's good, because that has real implications. So, but I want Leanne to answer those, because she knows that stuff inside and out. And I'm afraid I'll tell you the wrong thing. So.
Okay. Okay.
I believe you do at the very beginning, as soon as you've considered it and say you're going to consider it, I think you have to get permission, but I don't want you to quote me. So let's ask Leanne.
Okay.
Okay. So it's 3:45. Can we come back together, or have you done enough?
Yeah.
If you still have additional information to add in there, you can, if you have time between now and next Wednesday, to add it in. If you don't, we'll give you time on Wednesday to continue to work. Okay. Whatever works for you all, because I know everybody's busy. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you back in the other room.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Karen.
Sure.
Okay.
So hop back.
So we're gonna have to, well, before we do that, we're gonna have to share out, I think is what they said was part of it. So I guess we'll just see where they want us to go from there. And if everybody has the working document up, I don't care if we all chime in, or if somebody wants to be like, nope, I'm the person who knows the most. So
I don't think any of us are super.
no, I think it'll be fine. It seems like it's a very small, comforting group. So, okay, I'll
Yeah.
see you back over there.
Okay.
Okay.